Alright. This is going to kind of go back and slightly, I guess, tie in with a previous video, one titled Just the Body. And let's start it off with this. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Now, it would seem that when this is in perfect condition and perfect circulation, that sickness is impossible with the body. I mean, this is what feeds our cells. And what is this? This is gas. Now, when we think about water and drinking water, and what is water? Water is essentially what we get when we unite hydrogen and oxygen gases. And it's gas in liquid form. So we're putting gas into the blood, and that's what's powering our little body there. And everything that you see can be transformed to gas through heat. And even the earth, this wonderful rock we're on, is actually made of condensed gas. So all of our form and all of the material is our invisible, wonderful friend there. So this is your materialism. If you want to look at form and say it's real, well, look at this and show me this. That's the materialism there. Now, we know that our body is made up of cells. And they are made up of molecules. And those are comprised of atoms. And when we take a close look inside an atom, it's basically a whirling, moving electron. It's a little baby solar system, just going on and on. This is what's making up everything. Now, do cells eat? No. Do molecules eat? No. Do atoms eat? No. So why does the body eat? And that's the question that I'm going to talk about here. We go back to the descent of the body. Let's do body descent. And that would be breath. Well, let's just do breathing, drinking, eating, sleeping. So, why do we have to eat to keep us going? Because we are going down and we are dying. The human body is tough. Now, understanding the gases and everything, even the body comprised of all of all those little atoms, all those little molecules, making up those cells, and it's sustained. It is what it is. The blood being in its perfect condition, it wouldn't need to take anything in unless there was an issue. So we would simply just need to breathe and take in all that life force in and all that energy, and we would be sustained perfectly. Now, I don't know what transpired. I'm looking at time linearly, cyclically, however you want to say, to try to understand this. And something had to have occurred or something happened with our environment, and because with the state of everything is made in the state to be cohesive and be perfect, and something occurred, environment, addiction desire, which could be the externalization and looking outside for something, to then we started drinking and getting the gas that way. And maybe we enjoyed it. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe we drank from a plant, drank an animal's blood. Who knows? Maybe just had some really good spring water. And that sensation and that feeling possibly could have created the more, the addiction, the seeking, the focus. And then I like I said, I don't know. If we were still going down or something, whatever was going on, was still progressing that, either that wasn't enough, or I'd like to think that was enough. I'd like to think that we're just going through the motions of the mind. And, you can see it's never enough for some of us, and there's always that drive and that focus, and that's the path, that we have. What do we want to do? What do we have? Most of our day is put into routine by society, and we have our little things that we go and do. Outside of society, and once those obligations, through fear, are filled, then we have a driving force of things that we want, things that we desire outside of ourselves, and that's how we go about our little days here and our little existence. So it's almost, if drinking wasn't enough, then we began eating. And it's mostly about the seeking of materialism, and that I don't know the word I'm trying to think of there. Anyways, so we began doing this. Now, if we're taking the gases from the food that we're eating and going into the blood and supplying it, then that's why we're having all that waste. And all this nutrition and nutrients and stuff like that, I'm not necessarily doubting that. Some of us may see that way. We're all in a pretty detrimental state here, so it may seem that way that the body needs that, but we do not need to eat. That's for sure. Anyone that's ever fasted understands that. Now, it's almost that the body's at a state to where we still kind of have to drink. But due to genetics and stuff like that, if we had a lot of others that went through the experience purely drinking, then after whatever conceivable amount of time, I think that we would be back to here. Now, this is a big one on where we're at right now as a species, and being addicted to this. And this is a big driving force, a big one. And as much energy as it takes for the digestion and stuff like that, it's almost that eating and the digestion and all that has forced us to go into here. And anyone that's ate a big meal knows they want to take a nap. So it's almost just that the thinking you need to put things in your body is insane. And it's almost that we're at that state, actually manifested physically due to leaving the body when not getting enough, sustenance. Because you can be here. I've been here. We can all be here. Some of us can't think that we can do it, but that's the issue, is we are already setting that parameter and saying, oh, I couldn't do that. We don't know. You have no idea. The body is tough. It is tough. Now, as I said in that other video, the body video, this is a life support system. And this would be the duration in between dreaming, right after falling asleep, and right before waking up. And where our consciousness goes, and back to the first video that I uploaded for this channel, Understanding Existence, is that line. And it's kind of like this is our little gateway to and fro. Going in and then coming back. And this is where we're recharging. This is where we're actually recharging. It's all about electricity. We can see this through electronics and everything that's being manifested, all the power lines we're sticking in and everything everywhere in the world. And we have to recharge that body, because we are essentially damaging the body by eating and by drinking. And it's almost like a catch-22 that we put us in a state to where we believe we need these things, when actually these things are actually what is quote-unquote killing us and putting us in the grave, on the transition for wherever the journey leads after this step,